metropolitan area, there have been reports of wind damage, 6 reports of that, and strong wind gusts.
Good. Two partly. Not partly caught. National just under that. I can't wait for taco salad.
Two major weather threats and tens of millions of Americans in the path of both. A big storm system in the middle of the country is moving east while hurricane is now impacting the Caribbean islands and headed toward Puerto Rico. We're following both with extended live coverage.
I'm like a few miles.
Reporters in Atlanta, you're watching.
I'm like a few hours east of St. Louis here, so storms are just beginning to go over us. Well, actually, it's going to go over us in a few hours.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Well, the Weather Channel is staying on all night tonight. We're going to be here with you live.
I didn't mean that.
Well,
We're a few miles north of Indianapolis right now.
We're talking about St. Louis. You had some rough weather earlier. Now it's just cloudy. The threat for severe weather has moved east of St. Louis into Illinois and Indiana. Nashville, we're still waiting on those storms. A wind advisory is in effect. A flash flood watch is in effect. And undoubtedly a tornado watch will be in effect very soon.
And we do have a tornado watch for New Orleans. The bottom image that you're looking at, still folks out and about in Jackson Square, but I would imagine things will be changing as we move through the afternoon.
I think so. Well, as we track this deadly October severe outbreak, a man was killed by a tornado earlier this morning. Meteorologist Mike Seidel is there in the town of Ashdown, Arkansas, and he joins us now live. Mike, what do you have for us?
Dave, this morning a family of 5 was right across the street in a double-wide prefabricated home when this tornado rolled through just after 5:30. National Weather Service, they were out here this afternoon. They told us it's an EF2 tornado on the enhanced Regina scale that puts the winds between 111 and 135 miles an hour. I was told by the sheriff that the mom and dad were blown out of the house into the field. The kids, the 3 kids, were buried under the debris. Now, the kids had cuts and bruises. They've been discharged from the hospital to their grandparents. The mom is in ICU. She went through surgery. She is okay right now, but she is in ICU, so it's a serious situation. And the father, unfortunately, did not survive. This is the first tornado death in this county, Little River County, since 1982, and only the second one since 1950. The one in 1982 in April was an F3 twister. Another house that was hit is behind me. They've been doing cleanup and trying to clean up the debris in the yard, and they've also had some heavy equipment working on the corrugated aluminum roof and house there. It took a pretty good beating from this storm that rolled through here before sunrise. All part of this line of severe thunderstorms. These have been these quick spin-ups. There was not a tornado warning out with the system, but remember, when you have a tornado watch and you have severe thunderstorm warnings, treat that as a tornado warning. That's what I would do. Get inside and get into the safest place, the interior room under something sturdy. So, Dave and Alex, that's what happened out here in this rural county north of Texarkana here in southwest Arkansas at 5:30 this morning. Back to you.
Thank you, Mike. Well, this storm is causing problems for travelers nationwide. There are major, to look at Dallas-Fort Worth, almost 3 hours due to weather, and the cause is wind.
Right.
And no storms there, that's over.
Over in the Houston area, though, it is the thunderstorms causing delays of over an hour and 45 minutes. And Philadelphia, you've got the cloud cover, the low ceilings, leading to delays over 1 hour.
No severe weather expected in Philadelphia yet. Well, Storm Tracker Jim Cantori joins us now. He's got a good look at some of these severe thunderstorms. He is live in the lab.
Yeah, guys, and again, to remind everybody, we are far from over with this. It is going to go through the evening, through the overnight, into tomorrow morning. Atlanta, just about the time you begin your rush hour, possibly, you will be dealing with this. And then we'll probably see storm development again during the afternoon across parts of the mid-Atlantic region. So this is far from over, and that's the point we want to make. Let's take a look at one of these models here, these high-resolution models, because it does a pretty good job of initializing the main squall line and what I term is kind of large-scale ascent. These thunderstorms that are developing out ahead of Mississippi and Alabama that have actually produced 50 to 60 mile-per-hour winds in the Birmingham metropolitan area. So let's time this out for you. Going into Nashville through about 1 o'clock in the morning. Birmingham, you'll be done. There's Atlanta during the early morning hours, and as you can see, 10 to 5, including Charlotte and Roanoke. So if you're in one of these boxes, you can see the respective times up on top where we expect at least the worst of the weather to come through. There may be rain with the cold.
Oh, hi.
So the first line is going to be the worst one for you. The second
Oh,
line,
hi.
the cold front, is going to probably get you with rain and thunder and lightning and whatnot, but it will not be the worst of the two. So expect multiple lines is my point out of both of this. All right, here's the tail of the tape right here. You've got huge upper low right in through here. First nose of the jet stream is climbing up through Missouri and Iowa. That's why our severe weather has spread up and through here. That's why the tornado watch is up in this point. But we also have another piece of this, which is coming back down through West Texas right now, and that's going to start to push things along again tonight, probably in Mississippi and Alabama. So we're kind of waiting for this next piece to make the turn through the base of that trough. Once it does, it's going to light things up again and probably push everything along, too. You'll probably notice a few flash flood warnings that have started to come out. The southern end of the line is slowed a little bit here because we're kind of waiting on that second push. So some very heavy rain, very high water content values. Not surprising to get some of these flash flood warnings out across southwest Mississippi. All right, storms out ahead of the main line. Here's one of them. Back in your Rammer, I guess it was, Raymer, Tennessee. We had a tornado reported there, and that's continued to push off toward the north and east. We'll keep an eye on these cells that are developing out ahead of the main line. This is the batch that moved through Birmingham. Look at this. I mean, what is this, a 6-hour loop here? Okay, 4 hours. We went from the Florida Panhandle all the way up to the north of Birmingham. How's that for screaming? That's screaming to the north. Very strong low-level jet as well, helping to carry these storms off to the northeast as well. We have storms up in Illinois that have produced some damaging winds. As a matter of fact, the storms that are all the way up now to the west of Champaign started down near Cape Girardeau. So you got one of these little bows, these little backward seas right in through here. There it is around the Macon.
This is the beer water coverage.
It's going to be right in that notch. All right, out ahead of that, right on the leading edge of that notch. So watch out in the Decatur area. The least you could get out of this is going to be some strong winds, possibly some damaging winds. You can see the little spin right there. So a couple areas where we may have some spin on the gust front. That's going to be north toward the Decatur area, probably bisecting you actually. So Sarah's time is southwest Mount Zion around 4:06. Oakley a little bit later than that. Remember, everything is transitioning not only from south to north, but also along the line as well, more than likely to the south in these areas. So again, several of these little lines where we're watching the wind bash through, and where we are, we're getting, of course, severe thunderstorm warnings. Jefferson County here, watch out around the Rome area, timing this one out for you, around the Haines and Stevenson areas as we get toward 416. So a lot of storms here, guys, threatening the areas. We're going to go with this all night and into the morning hours. Back to you, Alex and Dave.
Thank you so much, Jim. We want to keep you ahead of any life-threatening storm. We call it being weather ready. And if you're in a house with a basement, avoid windows.
Get into the basement under some kind of sturdy protection, like a workbench.
Gorilla Glue. Of course. Water activated. Original Gorilla Glue expands into the materials to form an incredibly strong bond for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Apples are good. A Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Andrew. Rita. Sandy. Meet Chris. Jackie. Jim. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need it most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
episodes premiere tomorrow, 10 Eastern and Pacific, on the fastest growing network in prime time.
What I say goes.
CNBC.
This is probably the longest severe coverage that I'm ever getting. That's way longer than that previous tornado coverage. Yeah, it's way longer than that. Am I now in the year or just under out watch? You know what? At this network, I'm just gonna get you to Indy. It's forecast.
If you miss this Sunday night on the Weather Channel, you'll never know how twisted weather can be. Wicked Weather Sundays, every Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel. You smell nothing. You smell nothing. Introducing the best lightweight litter for odor elimination, guaranteed. Fresh Step Extreme.
Yes, now we're back.
Hi, Michael. Looking good.
Trying to keep up with you. I told my producer, Karen, that I take Metamucil because it helps me feel fuller between meals. It's just one small change that can help lead to good things. Now, she's breaking up with the vending machine.
Nope.
I call that the Meta Effect.
4-in-1 multi-health Metamucil, now clinically proven to help you feel less hungry between meals and promotes heart health. Experience the Meta Effect with our new multi-health wellness line and see how one small change can lead to good things.
Okay, here's the plan. You're gonna want to turn right
in 0.2 miles.
Watch the lane. Got a car in our boys.
Backseat drivers just met their match. Introducing the entirely new Sonata Sport
We forgot to turn off the...
from Hyundai.
Heavy rain and fierce winds. You're braving this bad weather for a drive across town. After all, what's the harm? The answer to that hits you in a flash. Live lines brought down by falling branches are sparking all around you, and you're sitting in a car made of metal. So do you think you'd know what to do? Would you? A, open the door and make a run for it as soon as possible. B, stay put and hunker down inside your car. Or C, climb through the window and onto the roof to signal for help. The right answer may shock you, but not as much as the wrong ones. So there you are. Inside your vehicle, living an electric nightmare. Do you think you could survive live power lines around your car? Your best bet? B, stay in your ride.
If you're in a car and you're touching down power lines, you want to stay in that vehicle until those power lines have been safely secured.
You're going to be safer in enclosed area than you are